hit record first. I learned that. There we go. Okay. Oops, no, too fast. All right, so we will just get started, and then any other stragglers that come in, we're actually going to talk about a few things before we talk about the virtual. So for those of you that are on your computers, you should be seeing our slideshow. For those of you who are on your phones, you just get to listen to us. I do want to note that I have our regional firefighter manager, Becky Prine, on here with us as well as Tracy's, I know you're national, I'm not sure your title. I always get them all mixed up, but Tracy Denton is another one of our firefighter coordinators nationwide with MDA. So they've joined because they were a big part of a lot of this strategy information that we're going to share. So they're going to be here to support me and answer any questions. Just a couple of things that we wanted to announce and share as part of the agenda before getting into the actual fill the boots part of the presentation. We always like to brag when big things happen, and a lot of you know from past presentations at convention that we had a number of new drugs come to market, and in the last couple of months there have been 2 more. So we are very excited. There were 2 drugs that were approved by the FDA. One was for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which is pretty well known. A lot of the young men that you guys have been involved with, have Duchenne. And then we have another drug that came out for SMA. So we'll definitely continue to share the information on these, but we always want to share this with you guys because this is, again, your work in action. Things are happening. We mentioned that it's kind of like a snowball once the first drug was, approved and got through all the processes, that things just keep happening. And it is, even in the pandemic, we're seeing a lot of really good things happen. The other exciting news is that, and it actually just went national media today, the MDA telethon is coming back. We have partnered with Kevin Hart, a comedian who has actually, I didn't know this, but had ties to Jerry Lewis. He was Jerry Lewis was sort of his idol growing up. And so he was very aware of MDA and the telethon. And when we started talking about bringing it back, he became the number 1 candidate. And so Kevin Hart is going to host our brand new reimagined MDA telethon. There's a lot of different things that are still being worked out, but it will be a live 2-hour experience, and then there will also be coinciding experiences around it for 24 hours. So it'll look different. It won't be the exact same format like with Jerry Lewis and the 24-hour call-a-thon, but we will have some pretty exciting, I know he's bringing some friends. He keeps committing talent, different people that are going to be coming on the show with them. We've got some, let's see, I know we have Josh Cad from, if any of your kids are Frozen fans, he's Olaf, so you can tell him Olaf is going to be on the telethon. Usain Bolt, so a couple different athletes, but it'll be on October 24th, and like I said, it's kind of developing as we go, so it's just exciting to have that back, and obviously the firefighters will be recognized on that very strongly, with the IFF especially part of the presence. Okay, so we just wanted to go through, so obviously with everything going on, the pandemic and and now the hurricane, we definitely feel for all of you in West Louisiana and those that are helping out. We developed the virtual Fill the Boot as an option for replacing traditional Fill the Boots or events if your cities or parishes do not allow those. We'll touch on that towards the end, but just to kind of go through what that virtual Fill the Boot looks like. and some of the best practices that we have. A lot of you that I have talked to already, I've shared. It's, when you're trying to explain it to, some of the members, it's very, very similar to a GoFundMe. I mean, it's pretty much, it's an online website. Every department has their own. Your job is to get the information out about it so that your constituents, your members, your city, parish leaders, citizens, everyone can donate. So the actual website, I can walk through it with anyone. Really how it's the best way for this to work is for, probably one person to take the lead on actually operating the website, and that person can be in touch with me, whether it's the coordinators who I've already talked to, or if, I know one union president said he wanted to give it to one of the younger guys that helps with the social media. So whoever wants to be that point person, I can help walk through the websites and how to, change those up and make those custom and such. But the biggest thing is going to be starting right away. The best practice with this page that you guys have is to start a fundraiser on Facebook. Facebook is, obviously one of the larger social media platforms and is directly linked to the Fill the Boot websites that we have for each one of y'all. So it will automatically, as someone donates through the Facebook, it'll automatically go towards your page. And Becky and Tracy too, if I miss anything, feel free to pop in. But for those that can see it, I am just showing a quick example of what your page looks like. When someone donates from Facebook, it actually will say that on your page, as well as if someone donates through the links that you all have, it'll say their name and the amount they donated. And it, it has a scrolling total so that you guys can see where you are at all times. Okay, so let's talk about how we make this work. Obviously it's word of mouth. Everybody, the more people that know and the more people that are sharing your links, the more donations you're going to get. We advise, and I can share and continue to share sample emails that you can send out to each of your individual department members. Obviously, we want them to share it too. So we don't want it to just be shared by the department page or the city page or the social media pages that you all have. That obviously is the first step. But if we can get each one of your members to share it too, that just creates a bigger, wider umbrella and more opportunity for others to share it and see it. We can share different things with you to help create buy-in. We have impact sheets with the samples, that we always show you guys at convention, the dollar image that talks about, 72% goes directly towards services, etc. We can share information on the 2 drugs I talked about, anything you guys want or need that you think might help create buy-in. If you want me to hop on a Zoom call with members, if you're having a union meeting and you want, somebody to, talk at it or even just be there virtually, I can do that. I can try to connect you virtually with MDA families in the area, anything we can do to sort of get the members behind the virtual aspect, just like we do with the traditional, we'll come in the stations and we'll talk. That'll look a little different this year, but we'll do what we can to help you guys get everyone involved. Next. Another great resource that the team put together is a toolkit. So I'll send out again a link. It's got a great page full of different things that the department or coordinators can share. We did a press release. I did a press release to all the Louisiana media right at the beginning of August and got a lot of coverage, just generally letting, media outlets in Louisiana know that Fill the Boot's going virtual. So we can do those things locally now too. And we can help you guys do that. Also a great way to is getting the union. Obviously, you guys have your e-board and your communications, liaisons that work with the city and the departments. Well, if you guys can get them involved too, if we can get it shared on the city pages, if we can get the mayors to share it, the more people that we are getting involved, the better. Some of the fun things that you can do with social media, we've got some more samples towards the end, but if you think about when you scroll through, Facebook on your own, the posts that catch your attention are the funny ones, or the ones that have a video or a photo. So we are encouraging, when you do share your links, and you share it on social media, especially, keep it short. Put a picture up there of you at camp from, however many years ago. Share a video from the fire station where, if two guys will, challenge each other to, if we reach X amount of money by Friday, I'll shave my mustache, ways to make it, sort of fun, think of the ice bucket challenge, that sort of thing, like how that challenge sort of just snowballed. That's what we're looking for this to do. And that's, kind of best practice on social media too, is people are going to be more engaged if there's some sort of image involved. Again, touched on it a little bit, but engaging the community, the more people that share it, the more people that know about it, the more donations are going to come in. I do have sponsorships that I can help provide you guys with, dollar amounts. If a business wants to donate, $500, $1,000 to your campaigns, we can add their logos to the website that you guys each have. And since you each have your own, that sort of just opens it up. So, if Shreveport has 10 businesses that each want to give us $1,000, we can put names and logos on those pages to help get them extra coverage. Just like we do with the traditional boots, involving any officials, city councils, Chamber of Commerce, asking them to, hey, make the first donation or share this on your pages. Everybody's got social media nowadays, and the more that, again, I'm gonna just keep saying it, the more you share it, the more it's gonna come out. And then issuing challenges. I know when I set this call up with Chad, we joked about, different things that we might be able to set up. And you guys can, work together amongst yourselves. I know certain areas like to compete, and, if one local wants to challenge another local to raise X amount of money, that's the sort of engagement that's going to make people look at those posts and interact with them. And influencers. So who do you know that can share the post? For example, I'm sure many of your wives, maybe some of you, are Bachelor fans. Ryan, who is a firefighter, was on The Bachelorette years ago, and he actually shared a post for us, I think 2 weeks ago, and a little video talking about the virtual Fill the Boot and, help support Denver, which is his local. So, who do you know, if any of you have, ties to, especially here in Louisiana, musicians, actors, anyone that, may have a longer following, athletes, if you're friends with an old Saints player and you think he'll share it on his social media, call him up and ask him. All we're asking him to do is make an ask, and then we can share a link, and then that can go directly, that credit goes directly to your department if they donate on that link. So I'll pause right there. I know it was a lot of talking, but Becky, did I miss anything that was best practice?
No, I think you covered most of it. I would just say, the most important thing is to share. The more that you share the link, the more that you talk to people about it, it's going to reach more people. We've learned, this is a very different way of donating. Instead of people, you're standing outside of their window or in front of the store and people can just drop their cash and coin in. They're having to take a few extra steps and donate online. And it's tough. We got to help them associate it with firefighters, with MDA, with Fill the Boot. And so the more you can share it, it's going to reach more people. Like April said, I think doing little videos or posting local photos with the link is more impactful than just typing up a post. So if you or the right person at your local did a little selfie video that said, hey, you're used to seeing us out at the intersections, but this year we can't be there, but MDA still needs your support. Please click this link below and support our fire department or our local and MDA. You know, something really simple like that can go a long way. And, you know, I would say as far as influencers, another person to think about would be local media. So if you all have a good partnership with your local media, you know, ask those reporters that always cover the news of the fire departments to share the link on their social media and to talk about it. The news is looking for good, positive things to cover right now. So this is a great piece to put in front of them or in front of people who cover the news for you that might personally be willing to talk about it or share it. And also, if you want to have a little bit of fun with it, April will probably be going over that here in just a minute, but we have some other types of what we would call like an event to go along with virtual. So playing off the whole competitive idea she talked about, you could say that, you know, for every $100 you raise, the rookie at your station is going to do 50 push-ups, or you could put someone up in the bucket on your ladder truck and like do a one-day thing where you Facebook Live from there and you say, we're going to keep so-and-so up in the bucket until we hit our goal of $2,000 today, or whatever that looks like. We've got some great ideas that we'll share with you today, and we can help brainstorm some other things with you moving forward. But we certainly appreciate it, and really to see this success is going to need continuous sharing. Post it today, and then you'll post something similar, you know, but a little different in a few days. Just simple things like challenging, asking people to share, you know, help us reach 50 shares by Saturday. Help us get to our first $1,000 by Friday. Something that they feel like they're a part of that's going to get us closer to a goal. So those are just a few suggestions that we've seen working, but April can help you talk through any of those.
Yes, thank you, thank you. So I know we have a bunch on the phone, but I'm just going to show those that are on the computer real quick just what the website looks like in case you haven't seen it yet. Becky, will you confirm that you can see the website? Or is it still the slideshow?
Still the slides.
Okay, let me switch over then. Sometimes it does it for me, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, we should be seeing the website now.
Yep, you're good now.
Okay, so this is what the pages look like. All of the, this is the sort of home page. Anytime somebody goes to the Fill the Boot page that we have, down here, we do have sort of top teams, top fundraisers. And just so y'all know, Louisiana was on the top for like the first 3 weeks. We had some departments that got started right away, and then we fell out of the top 6. So we definitely love to see you guys get back up here. How the sites are set up is the teams are each state. So everyone is part of the Louisiana team. And then the individual fundraisers are each one of your pages. So I am logged in right now, I think, yeah, as Caddo Parish. So I will just show you. So this is what each page looks like this. You guys have the capability to customize any of this. I can help you do that. You can customize your, you can put a photo here. We can change the name if you want it to be listed as something different. We can update the message. This is, you know, again, where we can put those sponsor logos if people come in and make donations. But the most important things you guys are going to look at is going to be the page settings. This will be where we pull your link from. And so again, I can walk everyone through these. It looks a lot, you know, more complex than it is. It's actually real simple, and I have really simple emails that I can share with you that direct the members what to do as well. So let me go back to the slideshow. Let's see, I think we were down here. Okay. All right. And so Becky, will you confirm that you were back in the slideshow?
Yes, we are.
Okay, perfect. So again, just to note, we do have some departments that had already been had a few things trickle in. Right now, as of yesterday when I did this, Louisiana we're ranked 24th, so we're in the middle. But I know that we will begin to see some traction after a lot of the pages get shared, where some of the top states are right now are up in the 30s and 40s. So you'll see that. Also to note, this website will now sort of act like a tracker for all of your income. So I know, for example, Slidell, we found some money yesterday. So once we get that in the bank, that will actually be posted on your page as well. So you'll have offline and online money on this page. But obviously, in order to start building it, we want to start getting people to donate on the actual page. So really right now, I wanted just to kind of open it up. I have a couple other little teasers, but I wanted to open it up to those that are on the phone. That way, if you have any immediate questions, we can try to answer those together. So I'll open it up for questions if anyone has any.
April,
Yes.
This is Doug. Is there any way that we can get a link to, like everyone in my district, if they have a page set up that we can, or a place that we can find out where their pages are?
I can send you that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, I can. Yeah, I can send you the link. We have a link that's to just Louisiana, and then it'll actually show all of the locals have pages. We set those up before we even kick this off. But if if each of the district VPs each want, the links to their specific areas, I can do that. That's just a matter of copy and pasting for me. Yep.
Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions? Okay. The next part, again, these just a couple other things that have come from, we're always sharing. I always say we take ideas and repurpose them. And so even with this online piece, there's been some really creative things going around. And some of them that are pictured here that I'll share for those that are on the phone. So we had a local in New Mexico this past weekend do a live stream on Facebook. So even if you don't know, social media that well, it's really easy. You can go live and it just basically sends a note out to all of the people who follow your page that you guys are airing something live. They went on with the intention of just being, on live for, I think it was 30 minutes to an hour, just to talk about the virtual Fill the Boot and, directing people where to go. And they ended up being on streaming for about 5 hours, just because people kept calling in and messaging and wanting to talk about the virtual Fill the Boot and MDA. And so, just something as simple as, going live on Facebook ended up generating, I don't have the exact amount, but a large amount of income because people started to share it and listen to it. Also, Becky mentioned the putting someone up in the bucket truck. We've had departments who are putting guys up on the roof of the station with the same sort of idea. Rooftop rescue is what they call it, where you just start posting, hey, we got two of our rookies up on the roof, and we're not letting them come down until we reach $1,000 in donations. And again, that sort of thing gets leverage, it gets coverage, and then people start hearing about it. And then just a couple other notes too. There are traditional fill the boots still happening. If your city, I know in Louisiana, we're still in phase 2. So it's pretty restrictive right now, but if your city officials are willing to, let you guys, and you are interested in doing a traditional, we'll still support that. We'll get you the supplies. We still have the insurance and all of that. So those aren't off the table, but definitely, we want to make sure, you have a different option, especially if you do, if you don't feel like the city would support, a traditional drive, then this virtual thing is going to be your best bet. And then sort of coinciding with that traditional, we had a couple of departments who did what they called drive-through fill the boots, which they were posting for people to come by the station. They drive through the station house, depending on how the stations are set up for you guys. Sort of like, driving through, ordering food, drive through, drop it in the bucket, no contact, fill the boots. So there's definitely been a lot of, different things going on. And what we found is that those that have gotten creative and gotten behind it are the departments and states that are, currently up in those top levels. So I'm here to chat through any of that. If any of the district VPs want to do a call with all your with all your locals and, do this sort of thing again, we want to do whatever we can to help support you all, because we know that you have been great supporters of ours. And, even with all of the good things going on and things kind of turning a corner, we're still down a lot of funding. And so we're really putting a focus on this effort, throughout the rest of the year. I know traditionally Labor Day is our fill the boot time. Maybe not so much in Louisiana as it gets hotter and hotter. We've tended to move to the spring, but we have through the rest of the end of the year. There's no time limit on this. So we just want you all to know that we've got ideas, we've got resources, and we're here to help support you and help you execute these if, whatever sounds interesting for what you guys want to do. So that's all the information I have. If anybody wants to, again, kind of open up, brainstorm, ask any questions, Becky or Tracy, if there's anything else you want to add. Yeah.
I'll just say thank you guys so much for taking the time to join today. And 2020 has been a really challenging year, and you guys are dealing with the aftermath of a hurricane, or a lot of you are. So our thoughts are with y'all. But we appreciate anything you guys can do this year. Tagline we're using in a lot of material this year is things might look different, but our partnership remains the same. And we're just really grateful for the firefighters and the IFF for helping to push out this new idea of virtual fundraising. Hopefully next year we can get back to normal. But for this year, anything you can do, when we say every dollar counts, every dollar really counts. So we would love it if every local could at least get $1,000 on the board. That would make a huge difference for your state totals, but also for the money that we have going to our mission this year. So we are here to support you. April will take great care of you, and I'm here to help out as well. So anything we can do, and yeah, please speak up if you have questions.
No. All right. Well, I promise. See, I told someone yesterday I thought this might only take 30 minutes. I just put an hour on the calendar just in case. But again, if you guys need anything, I will, you can continue to reach out to me. We do currently have our staff in Louisiana still under furlough. So everybody is stuck working with me for now. But I have reached out to all of the coordinators' contact information that we have. So if there is anyone else that needs to be included on any communication, please let me know. I can definitely add you to the list. And yeah, I'll share this again with everybody on the call first, and then through Stacy with the state association. And yeah, if you guys need anything or have questions, please call me. We'll we'll chat through it and get you guys what you need.
Thank you,
All right.
April.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a